Hi, this is Bett Bollhoefer for Embodied Product, where I bring tech and embodied principles together. I'm going to be walking through the product timeline and embodied product techniques for each of the different 7 phases. If you're interested in all this, I want you to know that you can learn more on this YouTube channel and at bettbollhoefer.com. I have a free PDF there where you can learn all about product management if you haven't done it before, and you can learn about all these embodied techniques. Now, who is this presentation for? This is for anyone who wants to bring their gifts to the world. So if you have something, if you're a nonprofit leader, if you're making a product for sale or for free, or if you are a entrepreneur who's just launching your business, or you're trying to understand how to be more product management focused, this is for you. If you're bringing something to the world, this is for you. But if you are going to be thinking and just meditating and just visualizing things, but not bringing something to the world, thus you're a monk, meaning that you're just going to meditate on things, but not bring something to the world. This is not going to be for you because we're going to really be jumping into practical things and steps on how to bring your gifts to the world. So let's just jump right in. There are 7 steps in the product timeline, and I'm going to go through each of those right now. I'm going to just show you really quickly so you can see over here, there's have experiences. You go up, and then you are on notice the possibilities. You come down, you capture, you vet your ideas, you come up to prototype, coming around to develop, then you go to market. And it's iterative, so you keep going around the figure 8 continually. So let's start with have experiences. You need to get out into the world, and you're going to be using all of your chakras. If you're not familiar with chakras, please go watch my full body chakra meditation. I also have chakra meditations for each one that you can do individually. All the chakras are involved in this, and I'm just going to jump into a little detail. You want to have as many experiences as possible, but you also want to stay grounded. I highly recommend that you create a daily discipline. Now, I'm not going to dictate to you what that's going to look like, but I recommend things like a daily yoga practice. And best thing to do is in the morning so you can get your mind focused on the purpose of your life. Another thing is Zazen. So Zazen is just a sitting meditation where you inhale, exhale, count the breaths, or just feel the breaths. You can also stare at a wall. If you want to go and look up some of these meditations, please do. Another thing you could do is do an exercise where you let your brain really run free and you're getting your body moving. Of course, you can do all of these, and I actually do all of these every day. So getting grounded is a root chakra, and it's all about discipline and getting your body focused and your mind focused and getting reconnected with your purpose every day. The next thing is to get out there and experience life. And we have experiences every day. For instance, if you go to a doctor's appointment, you can be paying attention to every aspect of the whole process, from booking to finding the doctor. Even before that, how do you find a doctor nowadays? How do you book them? How do they do the intake? All of these are aspects that could be product ideas where you could be coming up with new innovative ways to solve challenges. So get out there. Everything you do, have those experiences and stay curious. You want to have a beginner's mind on each and everything, and ask those hard questions like, why do we have this challenge in finding a doctor nowadays? Is there a better way? I'm just giving that as an example that's top of mind. So have those experiences. If you find that you are doing the same things over and over, you might need to go out there and do something. Hobbies, finding a new hobby, going out with a new friend group. And I'm going to have a set of tools for each of these different steps that can help you think about how to deal with each of these. Get on Meetup. Ask your friends to invite them to some hobby that they do so you can learn more things. All right, so we just finished the have experiences on this timeline. We're going to now go to notice the possibilities. So you can't just mindlessly go through your life and having these experiences. You really want to start paying attention. And that is a discipline of asking, if this is true, what else is true? We're going to tap into the third eye chakra to notice the possibilities. So the third eye is connected with the eyes and the ears, and it's constantly getting sense data from the world. But it's also connected to our emotional state. The emotions are inside the body. It's an embodied experience. They call it affect. So if we can take time every day to feel the emotions that are coming up, it's a signal. For example, I was teaching at a generic yoga studio and I felt a lot of frustration after every class. I had all these students of different ages with different needs. Now, that frustration was actually giving me data that I can use to develop a new product or service. And I created a personalized yoga offering that I can give to students who really need a lot of extra focus and attention. So instead of pushing those emotions down or saying to myself, oh, I'm a bad yoga teacher, I said, oh, this is a potential place where I can build a product. Listen to your thoughts. Your thoughts are always telling you things. You have things on repeat. Maybe you're worrying about something over and over. If you can pay attention and become mindful of your thoughts, you can actually take that as, hey, this is a place where maybe there's potential for a product. For instance, doing your taxes. It's something that a lot of people worry about. They spend a lot of time worrying about it, but are they actually saying like, hey, how can I innovate on this problem space to make a new product or service? So notice through your senses, notice, listening and hearing, seeing, being more mindful of the things happening around you, obviously, and then also listening to your thoughts. What's on your mind? It's giving you clues, and then listening to the emotions as they come up. Something I've developed that you can find on my YouTube channel here is a daily discomfort meditation. So you can make a practice of when you notice discomfort coming up in your body, instead of numbing it out or solving it right away, you could pay attention and say, is there some clues in this discomfort of things that I should be paying attention to? We need to really understand discomfort in our society, especially because we have so many ways to numb it out. Drink something, take a Tylenol, go on TikTok. These discomfort moments, these are clues. And you can take any part of your life. If you're an expert in some area, you can find the discomforts in that specific area and say, these are the possibilities. So please check out my discomfort meditation and make this a practice. Notice unmet needs. If you have to do a lot of work to get a problem solved, this is an unmet need that is challenging. And if you can find a way to make it faster and easier to get that need met, you're going to solve someone's big problem and make a product out of that or a service. And then notice moments of joy. Maybe there's something that comes up for you during something, and you're like, how do we get more of that? How do we make this system or product? Like, for instance, if you had a doctor and they were really great and they gave you a lot of information, and you're like, I really want to have that more. How could I make that happen more with less cost or less friction? So these are ways that you can really notice the possibilities in your day-to-day life. So now we just finished have experiences, notice the possibilities. And the third we're going to go to now is capture the ideas. Capture the ideas. Now, I'm just going to show you right here. I use a notebook and I write things down on this. But you can't just do it randomly. It has to be a systematic thing. So let's talk about how to do this. Schedule time. Now, I do my Zazen meditation in the morning where I just sit and count my breaths. But then after that, I take time to write down ideas that come up for me during that meditation. So schedule time. Also have maybe a small notebook or have an app on your phone that you can capture notes throughout the day. I love making sketch comedy. So throughout the day, I have an app where I can write down funny ideas as they come up and I put them down into my app. So that way I never miss them. All right, so we've talked about have the experiences, notice the possibilities, capture them, but that's not the end. We have to vet. We have a ton of ideas. Remember, all ideas are valid during brainstorm, but the truth is, very few of those probably are going to be valid and good ideas. So we need to vet the ideas. Now, vetting can be a lot of different ways, but it really starts from the heart. Your heart chakra, which I highly recommend you go take my heart chakra meditation, is where this is going to come from. You want to feel a resonance when you start thinking about this idea that you're going to bring forward. Who's going to be served by this? Who are the people that you want to serve? It's your community, the people you resonate with. So when you're developing something, you want to first think about who is it that we're serving? And then from there, we're going to formalize this to the who, the what, how many are there? We call this market cap or market size. How big is this market? So let's say you want to build some kind of new way to find a doctor. I'm just giving that as an example. So who is it? People who are sick, people who maybe want to improve their health, maybe in a specific region. And then what is it? It's a new process to find a doctor. So you would want to write that out very detailed. How many people are in that market cap or in that need area? And you really want to make sure you have enough people to make it worthwhile. And then the next thing is, how much will they pay or how will you be paid for this specific thing that you're building? And is it worth it? So if there's one person out there, you that wants this solution, it's not going to be worth building some big thing. You could make a one-off solution just for yourself. But if it is a very large market, then maybe it's a really good idea to invest in data. You want to put this drawing or 3D printed prototype in front of people and say, hey, tell me what you think about it. And then you're going to get the third eye connected with the eyes and the ears, listening. I hate it. I love it. More of this, more of that. Be perfect if these things were switched. You need to be really open-minded as you put your prototype in front of potential customers and find out what can be improved. What can be improved? This is fast. You're not going to spend 6 months building your prototype. You're going to build it in a few hours. You want to get feedback quick, and then you pivot. You say, okay, this is not working. I need to do something different. And then put it in front of them again. Continually prototype, put it in front of people, get feedback, make it different. You really want to reduce the cost by figuring out what you're building before you put it in front of real paying customers, which brings us to the next step. After you've prototyped, you're going to develop. Developing is all the chakras. If you are leading a team in this, you're going to have to be an emotionally intelligent recruiter, getting people together, getting people excited about your vision. So your throat chakra is going to come in when you're speaking, recruiting people, talking to them, finding out what kind of people you're wanting to get to build your team. So using all of your third eye, intuition, resonating with the people as you're bringing them on. You need to listen to the team members as they give you feedback. And when you hire experts, they're going to tell you things that you're not going to want to hear, such as this technology is not going to work the way you think it. It's going to be a lot more expensive. It's going to be a lot slower. All those kind of things are going to be coming from your team. And you really need to be able to listen. And also, you want to empower your team. Now, not everyone's into chakras, so you find ways to empower your team to get rooted through their root chakra by getting grounded on data. You want them to bring their unique creativity through their sacral chakra. You want to bring the power through their solar plexus. You want them to be connected with those customers that you care about. Do they care about them or do they not care about them? If you're hiring someone who thinks that your customer base is not interesting, that's going to be a mismatch. So you want to actually find out who is it that they're resonating with, and can that align with your mission of your company and your organization? And then you want to use all technology tools, everything that's available as tools come out. You want to be leveraging all those tools to build and develop your product as quickly as possible, because your customer needs are going to be changing. If you spend 8 years developing something, your customer may have moved on and is now doing something different. So finally, we are going to go to the last step before we start all over, as we tweak features and pivot and find out we need to adjust a great deal. And that is go to market. Go to market is all the things that are there to support the product in the market. I have a whole chapter in my free PDF, which you can find at bettbollhoefer.com, that is on pricing and cost of goods sold. So you want to know your pricing, you want to know your marketing, you want to build the support and onboarding process. This, if it's a sales team, you want to train them, you want to have your call centers ready to go, all the FAQs, the packaging, understanding exactly the niche that you're selling to and how to get to those people. Everything that's outside of developing the actual product is the go-to market. And you want to have a plan, and it probably someone who's leading the go-to market and just making sure all the checks are checked. All the boxes need to be validated and checked to make sure you're ready to go. This again is all the chakras involved in the go-to market. Now, as soon as you finish that, you're going to start getting feedback from your customers as you launch that you've built the wrong product, it's at the wrong price, you have to change the features. That's going to happen. And you're going to start again at that very first part, listening, absorbing, noticing, capturing, vetting, prototyping, developing, and going to market over and over. I have so much free information on this YouTube channel and on my website, bettbollhoefer.com. Please go check it out. I'm also available for a free 15-minute consultation. If this is sounding exciting to you and you want to bring something out to the world, please get in touch. And with that, thank you. Namaste.